Okay, Autistically Blessed. We are talking about autism from the perspective of a sibling who is in the normal range, so-called normal, because sometimes I think autism is normal, is the normal, and we're kind of the odd people, because we do some stuff that I be thinking, oh, I think we the weird ones. But anyway, I spoke with my oldest son, Eddie, and just kind of in passing, and I talked to him about how he felt and if he had any type of feeling about having brothers and sister with autism, and if he felt you know, any kind of pressure from us to be sort of, you know, different, or did he have any kind of was he upset at any point in his life because we had to do the things that we had to do in order to get the twins adjusted, so, you know, we could have a adjusted life with autism, so we could live and love through and in the times of autism and challenges of autism. And I was very surprised, because I thought that he would have said, yeah, you know, it was tough, y'all made me be responsible. But he didn't. He is one of the best kids. I mean he's a grown man. He's 23. But he is one of the best people that I know. He told me that he just felt like that was just the way our family was, and that there was no difference between the kids, that he said he knew that we had to do things. He said, but he appreciated us explaining everything, because I'm an explainer, because I'm a worrier, and I don't want anybody to feel any kind of way, and I surely didn't ever want him to feel like we were putting the kids, they were more important than him. And so he told me that no, that he knew that at, you know, during the times when he was in band and he was in activities, that one, me or dad was going to be there, but most times it wasn't going to be both of us. But that was okay, because he knew one of his parents was supporting him. He knew we all were supporting him, that both of us was, but that we had the responsibility in our home, the way our family was situated. One of us had to be with the kids, one or the other. And to give you a little background, when we first had the children, it was very, 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 very hard. That's why I say, and I say it over and over and all the time, and that's why I helped the young lady who was having trouble with her 6-year-old, because I'm going to tell you, it was very, very, very hard and stressful to learn how to deal with the challenges that come along with autism. It's not a game, and we had to figure out what psychiatrist, and how to get if we were going to do meds, how to get those situated, and the guilt of as a parent putting your kid on meds when you think that those are my kids and I can do it and I can make them okay. Well, you can't. Sometimes you have to accept that God placed medical science in our world for us to use, and not to always go, oh, not my baby, because you don't understand that it's stressing you and your family out, but you're only focused on the ones that have the issue, and you're trying to keep from giving them the medication that is there for you. Nobody said you had to give them medication that would make them lethargic or, you know, slobbering and all of that, because you don't want that in your, well, let me take that back. I didn't want that in my life. I have a gag reflex. I don't like slobber. I don't like snot. And the Lord knew, and he blessed me with children with special needs that I don't have that. And I didn't have that. And I didn't want medication to make me have that. So I wanted to make sure that I had the right doctors in place. And I interviewed and made sure that I had doctors in place. And when we relocated to Florida, I made sure I had doctors in place by getting on the phone, interviewing doctors to find out where I could find the best doctors here so that I wouldn't have that issue. But I was blessed enough with my husband being able to work that when I moved here to Florida, I was able to stay home. And then within a year, I was able to homeschool my kids. So I was able to take them off of meds because they were in their comfort zone. But now, as time went on, I learned a lesson behind that. I was dealing with a lot of sleep insomnia and things like that with Yesenia. And it was because I had taken her off of the meds. I didn't give her the opportunity to have what she needed to help her sleep, in turn giving me sleep. So I have been sleep deprived all of her middle school and high school years because I stopped the meds. I stopped everything. I just weaned them off, and I just started, you know, them being at home, homeschooling. Homeschool gives you the opportunity to have your children use their own body clock, which helped them, and it helped their household. They were able to do their lessons and everything when their bodies woke them up instead of me waking them up and forcing them out into the world. So anyway, let's go past that. So Eddie understood all of that because as his mom, I talked to him. I talked to him. I explained every step that we went through, everything that we did with the kids. I explained to Eddie. So Eddie has been an old soul his whole life from the age of 3, because I had the twins when he was 3, well, right before his 3rd birthday. So he has just been so overwhelmingly understanding. And sometimes I think I probably compensated by letting him get away with a few things. He wouldn't tell me that. But I think I had. But he was so worth it, because he learned by the age of 9, he learned how to be home, to make sure that the house was locked up, that everybody was in, that I could go in my room and have a break, just to have a sleep, a quick nap, a 15-minute nap or 20-minute nap. Sometimes he would let me sleep for an hour, and he just entertained the kids. So he has been an awesome kid, and I just wanted to talk to him and make sure that I didn't neglect my child in his eyes. I didn't feel like I had. I thought that I had done everything to make sure that he had everything. He could go into every extracurricular thing that he wanted to. He could play in the band. I bought his saxophone. He didn't have to rent one. I made sure he had his own. He's got his own in his room. Any of the computer things, because he's a computer whiz like his dad. Any computer thing, I made sure he had. But I made sure I loved on him. There was not a day that I didn't drop him off at school, because he didn't have to ride. I dropped him off at school and gave him hugs and kisses. There was not a time. And when he decided that he wanted to ride the bus, And we went ahead and put him into a special boys only school that had just started here, Magnet, that he was excited to go to. I waited and watched and loved on him before he got on that bus to go here in Florida, in Tampa. He would have to transfer from the little community that we live in all the way out to the bigger city of Tampa, to Tampa, to transfer, to go onto another bus to go to his school, Franklin Boys Prep. And so I did that. I stood out there, I loved on him, and I always made his lunch. I always made sure that he had special whatever he liked, and listened to him. I always gave him my ear and my attention. When I was doing that for him, usually the kids would be napping, or their dad would be home, or they would be playing. But I always gave Eddie my undivided attention when it was time for him to have time with me. And his dad always was there for him to be heard. The one thing that he did say was that he hated that his dad started traveling. But he had to travel in order for us to have the things that we had. But he turned around. He knew that. He says, he said, I hated it because I wanted Dad there all the time. But I knew what Daddy was doing. So, this kid is just amazing. So, sometimes when we think that that we are thinking for the kids, you know, and we're like, oh, I know they felt this way or they felt that way. They didn't. They didn't. And I'm so happy that my son was able to articulate it to me, let me know that what we did was okay, and that he didn't miss out or feel like he missed out on anything because of the children that his brothers, his siblings that have special needs. He didn't feel negated, neglected. That made me feel so amazing as a mom, as a parent, that I was able to foot the bill for him, and he was okay. And I told him, I said, you know, it's okay to tell me if you didn't feel loved or whatever. You could tell me, but I know him, and he is a person that is so easygoing, and he always feels like, well, you know, that happened, but nothing I can do about it now, and so make the best of everything else. And so I'm just grateful. And this wasn't the first time that I talked to him about how he felt. I've always asked him, are you okay? Do you need some extra love on? You need some extra mommy? Do you need some extra dad time? You know, and he's just amazing. So anyway, I just want to encourage you all to take the time. If you have the child, or you're a guardian with someone with special needs, and you have children that are the normal children in your home, take the time to hear them. Take that time, even if they complain, take the time to hear it. Take the time. It's so worth it, because then you can kind of adjust your time and your understanding and see it from their point of view. Sometimes we're so focused in on fixing our children with special needs that we forget the ones that are not in that category are there, and they need just as much attention and just as much love and understanding as those that have special needs. So I just want to give you that encouragement today. I feel and am autistically blessed. We are loving, living, and being excited through this challenge with autism, this life with autism. We're going to live it to the fullest. We're going to enjoy it. And we're just going to keep encouraging others. That's what I want to be, is an encouragement to you, to let you know that you are not alone. I'm home now, so I'm going to sit out and before I go in the garage and get in the dark. And I'm going to continue to be an encouragement. Also, I was so excited to hear that I'm still an encouragement to the young lady that was having such trouble. She was able to get one of her friends to understand her position. She opened up to a friend. She started contacting people and was able to get her son's doctor to recommend a psychiatrist for them as a team, her and her son, and to get him some medication. She was afraid of medication. And that's what I'm saying. Don't be afraid to use what God has placed in your midst to help you. And I speak from experience because, like I said, I stopped all their meds, and then I went how many years all through middle school, their middle school years, without them being on meds. But I also went through them being insomniacs along with myself. And I didn't sleep a full night for years until I got to a point where I was like, you know what? My awesome Dr. Kosoff. I said, Dr. Kosoff, I need help. She's not sleeping. I need help. I'm going to accept it. Whatever you say, I need help. And I got the help. And then I was able to rest and sleep. And she was able to rest and sleep, Yesenia. And it made the whole house change. It made everybody happier. Because I wasn't waking up and walking around the house mad and tired and looking drugged out. I was a happy person again. A happy parent. So, like I said, don't be afraid to ask for the help that's right here. It's for you. It's for you. It's for us. And you have to vet them out and get the right doctor to understand your point of view and where you're coming from and what works in your household, in your little society. But I just wanted to share that and encourage you to talk to your children. Talk to your children that are not on the spectrum and listen to them, because some of them may be missing out or they feel neglected. Not that you're a bad parent. That doesn't make you a bad parent. That just means that you were so focused on one that you didn't see the needs of the other. But now you have a chance to do that. Excuse me. But now you have a chance to do it. So do it. And do it with love and tenderness and care and excitement, so that they feel like they can come to you for anything and everything. So it's 18 minutes, 46, 48, 49, 50 seconds. And I'm going to let you go because I know I have tested your attention span. But please like, share, and follow. And go over to my YouTube and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Tell your friends about me. Tell them to get over to the YouTube, like, share on Facebook, and then go over to YouTube, Autistically Blessed, and like and subscribe and comment over there and hit the notification button when I upload a video. Just look at the video. Support us. We're trying to give all the information that we can to the people that we can touch and help. So help me to be a help to others, and I appreciate it. So YouTube, YouTube, YouTube. Even if you don't use YouTube, download it, Autistically Blessed. Subscribe to it. Then you don't have to look at it again. Just become a subscriber, and I appreciate it. But tell your friends. If you have friends that need it, tell them. And God bless. I'm going to go in here and see what's going on with Miss Yesenia. And I'll be doing another video maybe today. I may not post it today, but I'm going to do another one today. Yeah. So I will be talking to you. You will be seeing me again. I'm going to be posting. I'm back. Autistically Blessed. We love you.